Hello, Internet friends. Welcome back once again, and thank you all so much for joining me here today. We are back into training. I was able to manage one off day after the meet, and then we got right back into the swing of things. Eric Haney and I kind of discussed some of the ideas and some changes we want to make in the training, and got everything set up. We are taking a pretty aggressive approach towards improvement, which is something that I really am a big proponent of. And there are quite a few changes that I'm going to be making personally based off of some of the things that I learned and took away from this meet experience. If most of you guys know, my general approach for most things is usually in an effort to stay positive and to find your motivations from positive things. But I also think it's important to embrace situations that have been frustrating or in some way negative, because a lot of those times embracing those outcomes can be a more effective driving force, and I've always kind of been able to rely on the failures that I have inspiring the next success. It's almost they're almost just interconnected, that whenever I do poorly at something, it will push me and drive me even more to improve on that and to fix mistakes and to remove some of the inefficiencies in my approach, just straight out of the force of not wanting to feel those feelings again. So you're going to notice that the squats this week, I'm going to be wearing my Olympic lifting shoes. So that's a change. That is something that I decided after going through and looking back at all my training squats. Was I hitting depth? Yes, I absolutely believe so. I was able to maintain some good depth, but there are some positioning issues that I feel like could be improved with slightly raising up the heel, and just I think that one of my I will be more relaxed going into a meet. I will feel better about it if squat depth is less of a concern. If it's something where I know that I am always going to be hitting just clearly clearly legal squats, and it never comes down to a matter of someone's opinion. And with the experience that I had where I had to kind of rush through my warm-ups and I wasn't quite as warm as usual, and my hip tightness prevented me from getting even the depth that I usually strive to get in my training. So it was enough on the day, but I just want to leave less up to chance, and so I'm going to be working to improve that. Here you're seeing some conventional deadlifts. This is a switch that Eric and Hanny put in to the training to give me a little bit more volume with the stance that I'm weaker in, so I apologize for how ugly those look, because I am severely out of practice regardless of how easy that weight range and volume range is for me. But it's something that I plan on improving. So one of the big changes is the frequency of training in this training block. We are moving from 4 days a week of training to 5 days a week. It's going to allow me to keep most of the sessions a little bit shorter and allow me to stay more engaged and focused throughout each session, as well as giving me slightly more opportunities to work on some of the weaknesses. Very specifically, it also opens me up to being able to keep better habits of things like doing active recovery on days that normally would be off days, or doing extra mobility work. So all of these things coming together into moving forward and trying to create the best possible setup for prepping for nationals in October. And that is the focus. That's the main focus. I told the guys when we were prepping for this, I said, honestly, of all the years that I have to do this, this is going to be one of the better ones for me to be able to put as much focus and time as possible into this. I don't have a lot of external distractions. I have my own gym. I have flexible working hours that I set myself. My girlfriend is supportive. I have a good support structure and people who are able to help me with that. I can do what it takes to recover if you guys just push me as hard as you think I can handle it, and I will do everything that I can to carry out the plan. So that's really the direction we're going. So the volume, you have to be careful what you wish for, though, because the volumes that are going to be coming up in the coming weeks look to be pretty extreme. This was already a pretty big volume jump getting back, and this was just the intro week. We're going to get a lot crazier in terms of at least my relative tolerance of squat and deadlift and bench press volume. We've moved to 4 days a week frequency on the bench. Still squatting twice a week and deadlifting twice a week, but now those sessions don't ever have a day in between. I'll be doing squats and then the next day I deadlift conventional. Then I have a day off and then I do squats and then I have a deadlift and a bench and then I have more bench pressing. So it's exactly what I wanted. It's the kind of work that I really get to enjoy the process in, because it causes some discomfort, and I can really buy into the idea that I am truly working and getting better throughout. So so far, what have we seen? You're moving on here now. One of the issues that I ran into early in the week was my conditioning. The first session back was about a 3.5 hour session. I did take a long break in between to help Jess with some of her homework, but that's too long for a 5x5 on squats. No matter how tired I am, it's taking too long to get through that. And so for the subsequent sessions throughout the week, I was doing my best to try and improve my conditioning by limiting my rest periods, because even if I'm gassed, even if I'm feeling like I'm not there conditioning wise, most of these weights are so manageable for me that I don't need as much time as I was taking, and it just comes to the point where you start to get a little lazy, you start to lose focus. And one of the challenges along with trying to improve technique, relearning my technique with a raised heel squat shoe, really trying to start moving my grip out on my bench press and be more optimize those positions, and optimize my positions for my deadlifts, is also to improve my conditioning so I can handle a little bit more work capacity. So what you're seeing here, I sped through the breaks in between because I didn't want to leave a 7-minute clip in the video that was already closing in on 10 minutes. But I managed all 6 of my work sets on deadlift in 7 minutes. I didn't film the first one, or I did, but I didn't include it in this because this clip was so long. But I decided, if I just keep the camera rolling, it'll encourage me to not waste as much time in between. So I grabbed the chalk bucket, brought it over, and the first few sets I was resting an average of about 30 seconds, and I think by the end of the sets, when I got towards 5 and 6, the weight was moving fine. I was losing a little bit of upper back tightness just from the conditioning aspect of it. So that's something I'm going to be focusing on more this upcoming week. But as we go, the volume's going to be getting heavy, or the volume's going to be getting larger. I'm going to be doing more sets across the board. We're still adding weight on just about everything this week. So the challenges are increasing, but that's exactly what I want. That's exactly what it takes to keep getting better. I'm trying to put more time and effort into what I'm doing outside of the lifting itself. I'm spending much more time on mobility. I'm rededicating myself and focusing more in on my nutrition, on my rest, on my water intake, just trying to clean everything up and give myself the best possible chance to improve and grow and succeed in this kind of season of my life where that's a real opportunity for me, because I want to be able to look back on this experience and on this period and say, I did everything that I could to give myself the best chance of success, at least a personal success in my own personal growth, and to be able to look back on this as a positive time where I can embrace the grind and embrace the struggle and learn and grow from it as much as I can. So that's really what the focus is going into this. I have a lot of other things that I could probably talk about in terms of mindset, but we have so much time for that. So I'm going to be considering this sort of a series. I'm going to try to stay more frequent with it. I don't think that I want to do these as weekly videos. I'd like to do it more frequently than that, but that's really going to depend on the focus for now is going to be on training and on making myself as effective as possible in that pursuit, and the videos are something that I enjoy doing and I want to keep doing for you guys. And so I'm really going to be using those as a means of tracking my progress, keeping me accountable, holding myself consistently, and I will do my best to share that journey with you guys and to continue to to be involved in this thing that I love, and I appreciate you all so much for being here with me on. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, or found it entertaining or insightful, or at least helpful to check in and see how things are going. But so much more to come, so much more work to do, and I can't wait. Thanks again, and I'll talk to you very soon. Have a great day.